Hearing from God. Faith comes from hearing, and hearing through the word of Christ. Romans 10:17. The best way to know if something is true or right is to hear it for yourself straight from the source. You believe you nailed the interview, but you don't believe you got the job until you get the phone call. Ideally, the same thing should be true for the bad news. You get wind of a friend's discretions, but you wait for her side of story before believing a word. What about God? How can you hear from Him? How do you discern His will for your life? You may not have a hotline, but you do have His book. God speaks to you through His word. So if you are waiting for confirmation, direction, validations, or conviction, pick it up, read and listen. Find out what He is saying to you. A lot of the time, I have experienced this in my own life, okay? I was scrolling through a phone and there was people were questioning if Jesus was real. And I was like, I find it kind of interesting. And I was watching those debate and I felt like maybe, God, are you even real? And those thoughts come, those doubt comes. And, a lot of you might be experiencing that same thing. Is God the one that I'm believing Jesus is real? And it's beautiful to have doubt, because doubt helps us storm through the question, and question, if we are thinking constantly those questions, that give us desire to look for the answer. And a lot of the Christian does mistake is finding the answer. We do have a lot of question about God, but we don't look for the answer. And where do we look for the answer? It's in the Bible, guys. We have to look in the Bible, and a lot of us get lazy to read the Bible. We find it very boring, and because of that we go away from the truth. Bible is the truth and we need to look through it. That's why a lot of people say, I ask God to show up to me. Why isn't He showing up to me? If you read Bible, He will show up to you, and a lot of the people don't get encounter. Why? Because they're not looking at the true source. And God says, if you seek me from pure heart, from your heart, then you will encounter me. And one of the hardest thing is to have a pure heart, because we can all pretend from outside. We can all act from the outside. We are perfectly fine. We are holy, but within ourselves, it's harder for us to have a pure heart. We can pretend to like a person who we dislike, right? But from our heart, to have a pure intent